Good Wednesday morning. I will make this really quick because we're doing like a Zoom homeschool group for our new homeschool group here. This particular homeschool group that we've joined is virtual only right now, and so we have our first, it's our first get to know you type of Zoom meeting with the parents and kids in like 10 minutes. So I am going to make myself some keto collagen that I drink while we're in that meeting, and I don't know what else I'll have to eat, but I'll try and video it, but I might be in a meeting, so it might just be kind of awkward with no talking, but you can see. I am really happy today because with my weight gain, which I'm not entirely sure how much I gained yet because I don't want to face the scale, but I did know that my clothes were tight and it was difficult to button pants and so forth. Today, not so much. Hooray for keto. Anyway, I will show you what I eat later, but I probably won't talk about it, at least the first meal. Okay, so the meeting hasn't quite started just yet, but I'm going to try this Too Good yogurt, and then I'm going to eat the rest of the bacon that the family left me. There's like, I think 3 pieces there. So that will be my first meal of the day. And then of course I did the keto collagen made with hot water and heavy whipping cream. So I also had a few of those little almonds that I showed you guys the other day. Probably 5 or 6. I don't really like the Too Good yogurt. There's texture that I don't like in it, and then also just the fake sugar smell is not my favorite. I kind of prefer Greek yogurt with the water enhancer flavorer thing. So I'll finish the ones I purchased, obviously, but I don't think I'll actually purchase them again. I guess they are a little better carb-wise, but I don't feel badly or care about the carbs that come from Greek yogurt. That's just my personal opinion. I think it's a natural product. It fills me up. It's good for us. Yogurt. I think yogurt is good for people. If you don't have any lactose or dairy issues, then I think yogurt's a pretty healthy meal or food. So in the future, I won't even be bothering with Too Good. Just my opinion. I don't know. What do you like? Do you like the Too Good yogurt? Do you think it's good? I don't know. I guess I have eaten Greek yogurt so often over the years that I'm used to the kind of bitter chalkiness of it, and the thickness is really thick. And this yogurt was a little, it felt runny to me. So, and also just, there was just a weird texture that I did not like. Sometimes I wonder if I don't have like sensory issues of some sort, because textures are actually kind of a big deal to me. So yeah, maybe it's just me. It probably is just me, but I would prefer to stick with Greek yogurt, and I will do so. We enjoyed our little homeschool Zoom meetup thing with our some new homeschool friends. It's an actual homeschool group in our area. Actually, I think most of the people in it are a little bit a ways from us. I still am trying to get to know the area where we are in Missouri, but we're pretty much, I think, more on the southeast side, and it seems like a lot more people are up in the north part of Kansas City, Missouri. So, and also Kansas City spans both Missouri and Kansas, so I think some of them are on the Kansas side. So that's okay. We don't have a problem driving and meeting up with people, and it was fun to get to know them. And both families that joined in today, that were able to join in today, were biracial, so that is a really cool thing for us, because we usually are the diversity in our homeschool groups overall, we've noticed over the years. And I'm really hoping that we can kind of shake that up for our family. We are looking and hoping for more racial diversity in our lives, so there's that. nothing to do with keto, but everything to do with my life. So, and this is just kind of, if you're new here, people who've been here forever already know, but if you're new here, I have been doing keto for a long, long time. I found out I was diabetic in 2015, and then I found keto about, I want to say 6 months after I found out I was diabetic. So I've pretty much been keto off and on since then. The last couple of years I've been more on than off. Previously I would do really, really great on keto, and then I would fall off hard for a long time. The last couple of years I've been a lot more strict and careful. At one point I had lost 80 pounds. Don't know where that is now, but definitely up from what it was previously. But that's okay because life's been kind of weird this year. I was very, very sick in this about February through April. I kind of wonder if I didn't have COVID. And then I just wasn't diagnosed. I went to the ER 3 times and they never tested me because I'd only had fever like one night, and so they didn't think that I could possibly have COVID, so they didn't test me. One of the x-ray technicians told me that they didn't actually have tests at that point in that hospital, and so she's like, that's why they're not testing you. So who knows? I don't know what I have, but I was sick for a long, long time, so that kind of threw me off. And then we had a son get married. We had a grandbaby be born. My husband's grandfather was sick, and we went and visited him, and then he passed away, and then the move, and also just the craziness of COVID. So I've been mostly keto this year, but the last little bit not so great, especially the last couple 3 weeks just have not been the best. Anyway, I forget what I was, anyway, yeah. So what I do with my channel is I just kind of video my life. I talk about what keto's like as a mom of many. We have 12 kids. We have 8 at home right now. Our oldest at home is actually a college student, but he's doing college online this upcoming semester, so he's just staying at home to save money and work and stuff. We homeschool, and so that's kind of busy. I have a skinny pig breeding business where I breed hairless guinea pigs and sell them, and also mostly just play with them and love them because they're super cute. And so I kind of show a little bit of everything in my life on my channel, and I show what I eat because I think people are interested in seeing what other people eat. I know I am. I love watching what other people eat and getting ideas, and also just seeing what the journey is like for them. And that's what I do. I share my journey, and sometimes that involves family stuff, and I almost always show what I eat. I don't video on Sundays anymore, and I have been very sporadic lately of videoing. And actually yesterday I realized, okay, I remember why I don't video very much anymore, because it takes time. It takes time to video everything you're eating, talk about it, and then put the video together at the end. And at the end of the night, I am not good at editing. I just kind of throw it together and upload and hope for the best. But that still takes time. So I will probably video still most days, but I also may skip a day or two here just because we are still moving. Life is crazy, and some days I just may not, feel like I have the time to fit it in. But I do like to share my story and my life. So if you're here for like teaching, I don't teach. I know what works for myself, and I've learned a lot and researched a lot for myself, but I don't tell other people. I sometimes I do share recipes. I used to do that more a while ago, and I haven't so much lately, and I might get back into that. I don't know. I don't show my weight on the scale just because that has always felt like too embarrassing to me, so I don't do it, but I do talk about how much I've lost and what my goals and plans are. And let's see. I don't like show my blood sugars because honestly I don't check every single day. I don't like poking myself. So I check here and there, and get a little gauge for myself to know where I'm at and what I need to change and what foods affect me. And I do take an oral medication for diabetes. I used to take insulin, but I don't anymore. I was hoping to be able to get off of my oral medications, but I might not be able to because my diabetes is quite bad. And even with keto, I'm still on a decent dose. So I don't know if that's really ever a realistic goal. So we'll see. But yeah, I just kind of mostly share my journey and talk about my life and food, and sometimes show you things I've purchased for keto, and sometimes share recipes and stuff like that. So I appreciate if you are here to stay, and I love comments. I've been terrible about responding to comments in the last couple of months, and I so highly apologize for that. It's just one of those things that I haven't been able to get to. But I have read them. I think I've read all of them now, and at least put a heart on them. So I will try and do better. But I do love comments. I love hearing from people. I think that's my favorite part of having a YouTube channel, is just getting to know people and meeting new friends. That is my favorite. So I love to hear from others, and I appreciate the support. I will definitely try and get better at videoing and all that stuff. Oh, and I also really love to exercise. I have not exercised hardly at all since I was really sick this last spring, spring, because for many months I couldn't breathe when I exercised. I would lose, like it just didn't have breath. Like we did this really easy hike in Craters of the Moon in Idaho in, goodness, was that June or July, somewhere around there? No, it wasn't in May. It was after Amari was born. I think it was in July. So I had so much trouble breathing, and it was like 1.5 miles or maybe 2 or 3 mile walk. Really simple. I call it a walk. They call it a hike, but it's not a hike. And I was so winded on that. So I actually have the capacity to exercise now, but I'm out of shape. So when I do exercise, I'll show that. Sometimes I show, when we moved from Colorado, there's some really great places to hike there, and I used to hike a lot and show that. So I will show our adventures with nature here. I won't call it hiking because I don't think there really are hikes here. It's a really beautiful green place, and I'm sure there's wonderful things for me to show, and we saw a couple lakes the other day. So I will show those things, but pretty much it's just sharing my life. So I hope you decide to stay and stick around and let me know who you are so I can get to know you too. Okay, we've been working so hard today, like super, super hard. I totally unpacked all the boxes in my room and put in on new bedding and cleaned my bathroom, and like my whole room is totally done. And I would show you, except my wonderful sweet husband is very funny about people seeing our bedroom, so I won't do that. And we also worked really, really hard in the boys' room and fixed stuff in there. I neglected to have lunch just because I was so busy, and I actually didn't even feel hungry. But now it's 8 o'clock, so I need to eat something. Took the kids to Chick-fil-A and got them chicken sandwiches, and a lady in line in front of us paid for our order. I thought that was the kindest thing. I almost started to cry when the girl at Chick-fil-A told me that. I had to like really pull myself together. I was so stunned. But there are good people in this world, good, kind people. I wish I would have been cognizant enough to pay for the people behind me, but I was just so stunned that I just took my food and left. Kind of like, what? Really? Anyway, so yeah, someday I'll do that for someone else. It's kind of a you know, what goes around comes around type of a thing, although I think that's supposed to be a negative. So anyway, just to kind of pay it forward. So I don't know what I'm gonna eat. I do feel pretty hungry, but it's really late and we gotta watch a movie. Gotta go to bed early. We gotta go to bed soon. We have to get up early. Tim and the kids are coming back a day early, so tomorrow. And we had a lot of projects we wanted to do before they got home. But also, we have to put our trash can out before 6 o'clock in the morning here. And so that means we're going to have to get up at like 5:30. So I don't know. I still have some of that rotisserie chicken. I might just get a chunk of that and eat it like I did last night. I don't know. And also, I've kind of been craving those Jell-O things that I got at the store yesterday, so I'll probably eat some of those. Or one of them, probably. I'll show you when I figure it out. Just now realizing that I have not had a cup of water today. That is not good. So I've got 2 pieces of that cheese I got yesterday. It's the cranberry cheese, a bunch of chicken with some hot sauce, and I think I'll have 2 of these while we're watching the movie. That's going to be my last meal of the day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've had an excellent day and that you were able to stay keto or on your plan or just have a great day. See you later.